up, guys? How you guys doing today? So I just wanted to make a video on this actually my room, because a lot of people have been asking, and they've been asking for years about what my room looks like and how much did it cost. So I kind of want to do a tour around my room. It's not a big room, but it's just where I make everything, like where I stream, where I make YouTube videos, you know, have all that fun stuff. But yeah, I wanted to make a video on that, and probably make like a link for it as well, so if people have like questions or ask how much it was, or you know, they could just go to this video. But yeah, before we get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. It'll really help me out. And like I've said before, we do have memberships for the channel. Now, it's only $1. I updated it like a week ago. So if you guys want to support, it'll just cost $1. But if not, it's all good. You guys just watching this video help me already. So, but yeah, so you can donate from $1 up to like 25, I believe, a month. So, and you can cancel it whenever. You get stickers and you get a badge next to your name whenever you comment. And but yeah, let's get into the video. All right, so the first thing, obviously, a lot of you guys notice whenever you come to my stream, we do this thing where I shoot a ball every time somebody gives a sub or gives any donations, like bits and stuff like that. Here's just like where I shoot the shots, and you know, it's pretty fun. Then we go to the left side, and this is just where like I have some decorations. Like obviously the hat is from winter, Christmas, and we got the head, if you guys remember, that's from Halloween. And then we got a couple controllers and the PC duster. Obviously how I clean my PC, and that's how I open my PC, with those type of stuff. And then we got some controllers, the Fusion A the Power A controllers. They're honestly, in my opinion, probably the best controllers I've ever had. Just because I'm talking about like with money, like they're pretty cheap. You know, they got the back paddles, and I'll show you those in a little bit. But if you guys play on a Xbox or a Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch one is actually new, so I would consider getting it, because you'll definitely have an advantage when you play on the Switch. So, but yeah, so, and then we got a couple posters. There's a Deadpool, Dragon Ball. You guys already know I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. And then we got the right side, and over here we got more posters up top. We got the LED lights, and then, you know, like more posters. I'm a huge Marvel fan as well. We got some merch. If you guys ever want to buy merch, feel free to. I try making it as cheap as possible for you guys, just because, you know, I don't really expect people to buy my merch. It's just something for fun, honestly. So if you guys are interested in that, there it is. I think, let me see, pretty sure that's like, this is the back side of it, and then right there is the Beny Munoz with the little icy on top of the name. But so yeah, and then we got this little side over here. That was for my 21st birthday. That was a year ago. And then we got this right here. So these used to be LED lights, and I stopped turning them on because they were actually pretty expensive with the batteries. And I used to have battery, or like right here, these were lights as well, but they would burn by so quick, and it was really, really expensive, like more expensive than I thought. I don't know why, but they would last like maybe 3 days, and then they would need new batteries. And I bought like a whole pack, and I burnt through them in like less than a week. And I was just like, I don't know about you guys, but you know, I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money on batteries just to make the room look like a lot cooler. Like these lights, I've had them for like maybe a year or longer, and they've worked perfectly for a long time. And I only bought them for 15 bucks. So I just didn't see a point in keeping I didn't want to keep spending money on the batteries. So, but yeah, there's a couple of stuff there. You can see there's like the pops and stuff like that. We got more over here. This is more of Dragon Ball Z. We got the Goku. This is like at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Then we got King Cold, which is Frieza's, like, I think it was his great-grandpa or something. You can't really see him, but. And then there's Vegeta training. And Vegeta's he's actually my favorite out of the DBZ. And then we got a poster in the back. It's the Joker. My brother bought that for me in Christmas. No, for my birthday, sorry. But yeah, those are some of the stuff that, you know, I tried decorating stuff with. Here's another controller as well. It was a Scuff Controller. I really liked it. It was for the PS4, but my only problem for it was it was really expensive. I bought it for like $200, and honestly, like I said, these controllers over here were only like $70. A lot, like they were probably just as good, and you can take the paddles off if you wanted to. On the Scuff controllers, you couldn't. That's something I don't really like about PlayStation, because they haven't came up with a controller that has back paddles. You could buy the triggers for the regular controller, but the issue with that was there was a lot of things the triggers did, like you could use hacks on them, and I just didn't like that you had the option to use hacks. I was just kind of like, that's kind of weird. But yeah, and then we got the couch. I bought this like a year and a half ago. I just kind of, if you guys were here for the 24-hour stream, I slept here for like 4 or 5 hours. I didn't even sleep for a good 8 hours, but yeah, that's where I slept. And then we got a second setup. This is just kind of for friends, their family come over, and if they want to hang out and play video games with me, they are more than welcome to. There's an Xbox One there. That's actually my best friend's Xbox. Sometimes he'll come over and just play here, and he has a bunch of Xboxes, so he just left one here. Obviously, he just kind of plays on TV, and whenever he comes, he can play on a monitor, and it's a lot better. So then we got this little monitor, so whenever I want to travel and stream, I'll probably take that with me. It's really tiny, and then we got this box. This box has a lot of controllers. There's the Scuff controller and a couple other like $10, $15 controllers, because I wanted to try them out. They're honestly really bad, so I can't really give them like much attention. And then underneath there's a bunch of PlayStation 2 games. Right after high school, I never really played video games as much, and that's because I didn't have money to spend. So once I got a job, I bought like 200 plus PlayStation games and a PlayStation 2 game or console. So that's what I did after high school, and that's how I got into gaming really. And then here's a couple posters. My brother bought those for my birthday, and those were really sick. He got them from Goodwill, so that was actually like kind of surprising that we found them from Goodwill, because you know those are pretty old, and they probably, I think he told me they cost like $5 each, and I was just like, damn, like that's a nice pickup. So I was happy he gave me those. And then here's the setup. This is where all the magic happens. The YouTube video, the Twitch streamings, and we stream like almost every day, probably like 6-7 days a week. I bought this PC not too long ago. It was like $700, and it's got like a GTX 1060, and then it's got a 1 terabyte SSD, and then this keyboard is a Rosewood. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've had this the longest. It's been like 4 years. This is the first keyboard I had when I first started streaming, and I've had it since, and it's been like 4 years now. And honestly, it still works perfectly fine. I love it, and it cost me like $40-50. The monitor, I believe I got that, what was it, for Black Friday, and I was gonna use it for the Xbox Series S, but I decided not to use it because I have an old Elgato, and it only runs up to 60 FPS, and this monitor ran up to 120 or 140, I'm pretty sure, 144 or whatever. And sadly, I couldn't use it because the Elgato sadly only runs up to 60. But you know, I can still use it for the PC, and I play games like Valorant. You can see some of the games I have there. And then here's our other monitor. I bought that for like $100. It runs, it's 120 FPS as well. I bought that like 2 or 3 years ago. I bought it from this game store that's close to my house. It's like a 10-minute drive, and I thought it was a pretty good condition. and for 120 FPS, I feel like a lot of monitors like that usually cost like 200 plus, and to get it for 100, I think it was 120, but it was really a good deal, so I had to take it. I've had it for a while, and yeah, that was pretty much a steal. And then we got this is the controller I was talking about, the Power A Fusion for the Xbox. You can have up to 4 paddles, but I only have 2 just because I feel comfortable that way. And I pretty much just play Fortnite on this controller. And here's the PlayStation controller. This is what I use for all the COD Mobile controller videos. This is the main controller I use. I played on other controllers, but honestly, this is my favorite. This is how I feel most comfortable playing. And yeah, that's basically, oh crap. That's basically our like, this is the first iPad that I used is the iPad Mini 3, and that's what I first used when I first started streaming COD Mobile. It would only last me like up to 2 hours, and then it would start to freeze. COD Mobile is just such a big game that it's obviously not gonna last that long on older devices, because the newer devices are gonna take up more. And this is the 8th generation iPad. They're both kind of dirty, and to clean them up, but yeah, they both work really, really well. The 8th gen is probably the best one. I bought that, what, a year and a half ago? I got it for like 150 or something. Sadly, it was only 30 gigabytes. That's why it was so cheap. And then this one was 120. So that was the nice thing about the iPad mini. And I got the iPad mini for like 180 at the time. That was like 2 years ago. And then we got the Nintendo Switch. I haven't really played much with this controller. I've played a couple times with it just to like see what it's like, and it's amazing. Like, I can't recommend this controller if you play on the Switch. Like, I can't recommend it more. It's a really, really good controller. So if you guys are interested in buying a controller, it was $65, I believe. And then here's our Xbox Series S. And then we got a couple yeah, like, I don't know, designs I kind of put on there. Marvel, and there's the Thor mech suit, and we got the Flash, and they have like shirts inside, but I don't want to take them out just because I think they're pretty cool. So then we got a mini fridge, and we got some hot Cheetos and Mountain Dew, of course, pre-game snacks. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the room. Personally, I don't know if I had to value everything. So this was like 700. This is 700. The keyboard's like 50. That was like 200. The mic, this was, what was it? 65 or 70, $75. The camera, I believe I got that for, it's right up there. It's a Logitech. I can't remember what it was called, but it's an HD 1080p. It runs really, really well. I got that, what did I get it for? Like $60. And then we got another light. That was pretty cheap. It was like $15. This monitor was like 100, 120. The Xbox Series S, I got it for $280. The iPad, this one was, I believe, 180, and then that one, the back one, the 8th gen, was like 150. So I don't know, it was a little bit more than a thousand, maybe 2,000, close to 2,000. We do have a PlayStation 5, but like I said before, they don't have the controller that I want to use, because they do have like the back paddles for a controller, but it's $250. I could buy another Xbox with that money, and I'd rather not spend that money, because the Xbox Series S, it runs up to 120 FPS. And if I'm just gonna be playing games like Fortnite or Warzone, I just don't see a point of buying that controller when I can just have a controller like this one that's gonna work just as well. So yeah, but yeah, the controllers as well, like I said, they're like they were both $70, $65. And then these headphones were actually, I believe they were 80. Can't remember what they were called, but they were like the Google Pro or something, or the G Pro, sorry. And a lot of like streamers have these, so I thought I'd get them, and honestly, they're really, really nice. really nice, and I use those for games. And then I use these headphones. These were only $35. I use that for my stream just to make sure everything sounds good and the quality is all good to be ready to make YouTube videos and stream. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'll try to add everything how much it was. I did have another setup, but like I said, I put it up in my room instead just to let people come down here and play. And but yeah, if I ever meet some of you guys, you know, and I know a lot of people that come to my streams, I kind of see them as friends. And if they ever were in Indiana, close to where I live, you know, I would definitely let them come over and like, you know, check it out and play some video games here. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I'll see you guys in my stream sometime.